Sometimes as we work through math, and you'll go through math in your academic careers, you'll find that people create lessons or topics that, in my opinion, really don't even need to be a topic. But that's what they did with polynomials. They talk about special cases. So in our last lesson, we looked at multiplying, and we started that with FOIL. And they're making this special case thing. I don't know, I guess it's a little bit of a time saver. My guess is you would kind of catch on to this just on your own and not even think about it. But let me show it to you anyway. This will be a quick video. First special case is if we have the same thing in parentheses, or two binomials are the same, only one time it's a plus, one time it's a minus. All right, drawing your attention to the plus and the minus. Now, do you think you could already figure out what would happen when we FOILed? Well, if we FOIL, again, first, outer, inner, last, a times a squared, outer, negative a times b, inner, positive a times b, last, negative, because positive and negative multiply to a negative, b squared. What happens when I simplify? Well, the middle terms actually end up canceling out. The O and the I just cancel out. And that's always going to happen. And I'm guessing that you would have noticed that, and if you were already doing FOIL mentally, you noticed and just said, hey, outers and inners always cancel. So for instance, if we did x plus 3, x minus 3, we know we need to do the first, the O and the I cancel, and do the last. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Or if it was x plus 5, x minus 5, that's just x squared minus 25. You could write out the FOIL and then see that the O and the I terms cancel. You just skip to this. Like I said, I don't really understand why we need to make this a separate section. But I can try to make it a little harder. 2x plus 6, 2x minus 6. What did you get for your first term? 2x times 2x. Did you put 4x squared? I sure hope you did, because 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. Positive 6 times negative 6, negative 36. And what about this one? This is really trying to test you. 3x plus a half, 3x minus a half. So our first term, 3x times 3x, is 9x squared. What's positive 1/2 times negative 1/2? And I'm guessing I got a few of you to say the wrong thing in your head. Positive 1/2 times negative 1/2, negative 1/4, because we multiply the denominators. That's about as tricky as these problems can get. It is not hard stuff. The other special case that they call a special case is if instead of writing a parentheses twice, they just put a squared. So it's the same exact parentheses. If we write it out, it would be on the left, a plus b, a plus b. And on the right, it would be a minus b, a minus b. And again, they call this a special case, I guess, because it's the same thing twice. What makes it truly special, I don't know. If we did FOIL, a times a squared, outer, ab, inner, ab, last, b squared. And that combines to a 2ab plus b squared. So I guess what they're saying is we get the same thing, so it just doubles a times b. Okay, I can see how that's a special case. So then this would be a squared, outer, negative AB, inner negative AB, last positive. Negative times negative is positive b squared. So again, we get a squared, this time minus 2ab plus b squared. And again, our middle terms are the same, so it just doubles. A minus because our problem had a minus. And they call these special cases. Don't really have names for them, but let's do a couple examples real quick. How about x plus 4 squared? You can jump straight to the answer. If it helps you to write the parentheses again, you can do that. If you even want to FOIL it, you can. Or you can use what we did on the last screen and say, well, it's going to be x squared, and then it's x, it's a, this is the a, times the b, that's 4x, and then it's that doubled. Remember how it had 2ab? So plus 8x plus 16. Again, if you want to write it out, you don't trust yourself, you really don't like making mistakes like Mr. Repka, write it out. Or you want to save some time, go fast, show off to your friends, then skip straight to the answer. Like this would be x squared minus 14x plus 49. So x times 7 is 7x, multiplied by 2, so negative 14x. Let's try two more here. 2x plus 5 squared. All right, so let's go ahead and just do purely like the shortcut or the special case. So we're going to take 2x and square it. That's 4x squared. We'll take 5 and square it and put 25 at the end. What the heck? Then we have to double multiply our two middles. That gives me 10x. And then double that. That gives me 20x. And that goes in the middle. And of course that red, this is probably, I'll draw a little thought cloud. That's probably all happening in your brain. You wouldn't really be writing that down. It wouldn't be much of a shortcut if you wrote it all down. Let's try one more, and we'll call it the end for this video. So, in my head, I'm thinking I have to square 5x, that's 25x squared. I might go ahead and just square the negative 1, that's a positive 1. Then I do 5x times negative 1, and again, in my head, I'm saying that's negative 5x, and then I'm going to, in my head, take that times 2, and that gives me negative 10x. That's it for special cases. Like I said, super easy. That wasn't even 9 minutes. You're going to knock this worksheet out in less than that, then you're done.